Hello, everyone, and welcome to TarotStache. I am Tanis Coughlin. Yes, Twillow Talk, TarotStache. I am Tanis Coughlin from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Jurkofsky from My Holistic Self.
That's me.
That would be her. And we are joined by our monthly guest, Gerald from TarotStache.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Always wonderful to have you on with us.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's the show. Sorry.
That's it. We're done.
It's just like, that's the
Well, I'm trying to take it a little slower. I often rush through this part and I'm thinking, okay, I should just sort of let's, take it slower.
So let me ask you this. What do you notice that's going on that gives you an opportunity to do something different? What's going
on? Self-work.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And stuff is changing. Shifts are happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a couple of upgrades, I guess, or downloads, or they weren't really clear about what they are, but shifts. And so, yeah. So I'm just going to go.
Well, thank you. I asked that question because this is the Twillow talk where we have that open and honest conversation. Mm-hmm. There is in the world lots of things going on, and sometimes it's overwhelming. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people get out and do something with that. They go out and they make their opinion known. Other people, they put their energy in because that's what they need to do. There's lots of different different things to do with that energy. And backstage, we were talking about the shift, the moving from the snake to the horse next week.
That's right.
That energy can be really important. I just wanted an opportunity to go, okay, is there an opportunity for you to let people know what's going on? And you did. So thank you.
Yeah. There's shifts happening, I think, and it's not just what I've noticed for me. I mean, I've noticed it with my clients as well. There's some really profound kind of shifts in how people are seeing things. And, the invitation there is to, what are you going to shift to? So looking at that and really figuring out what it is that you want to bring in, especially with the new year coming.
Well, and it is one of those things also. Isn't there a phrase or something where people talk about, people change when they want to, or it hurts too much to say the old way?
Yeah.
I think that may be part of what's going on. It's because we're at that threshold where there's things, the dam's going to burst, water's going over the dam. And so.
Yeah. And I think that is a really big analogy for what's happening. People are having a lot of this energy. It's like a, what do we call it? What was I calling it earlier this week? Wired but tired feel, right? Like you're wired because there's something coming. It's like this anticipatory feeling. And yet I'm so tired to have it come in. Like it's kind of like that. Yes. But I think that the tired, we have to remember that's just our body sort of rejigging itself and having the nervous system relax and allow ourselves to really settle in to the new energies.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know we'll get to it in a little bit when we do the transits, but what you're saying, Gerald, is so in line with the transit, that idea of it gets to be like too much, because the transit that we're in right now is that principles and values and what no longer aligns becomes impossible to ignore. There has to be a shift. Something has to change, because it just gets to that point of, like, it just can't continue the way it is. Right. That, and so when we get to that place of we're feeling the antsiness, right, Tanis, that you're talking about, it's because we know, like, change is coming. There's no way that we can stay stagnant in what we're in. And yet we're not quite in the energy for the full shift yet.
Yeah.
And that can do that ants in the pants. I don't remember how you put it, but
wired but tired. Yeah. Ants in the pants works, but I'm not so fussy on having ants in my pants. I don't know about you.
Mm-hmm.
There's just that like jittery, can't sit still kind of energy, and yet not really yet ready for the movement.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for being willing to engage that. If there is a lot of stuff going on energetically, and I'm finding it really helpful to acknowledge that's what's going on. I also encourage people to notice when that's going on. It goes back to the conversation you and I've had, Jennifer, about becoming the observer, and notice it, because when we notice it and instead of passing judgment on it, we go, well, now, isn't that an interesting thing? What do we do now?
Yes.
Oftentimes, I get overwhelmed. And I know energetically when I'm doing a lot of readings or if I'm taking a class where there's a lot of important information, for me, Gerald's go-to is go take a nap so that my brain can just process it, put it where it needs to go, then I can access it later. I am finding sometimes, maybe I need to put on my big boy boots and my hat, my gloves, and my big scarf and go for a bit of a walk just to help process it through. So noticing that it's happening and then doing the thing that works for you, regardless of whether or not it makes sense to other people.
Yes.
Yeah. So the invitation there is to get to know yourself and what works for you, because everybody is different. Right. So I'm a napper. I think I have, twice the number of days in a year because I go to sleep in the middle of the day. So they're much shorter, I have to tell you. So it doesn't help to add time, but it's at least 2 days. So that's how I prefer to look at it. Well, it's a reset, right? Isn't that why we go to bed at night?
Yeah.
So a reset for me really helps me to forget that overwhelm, right? Like leave the overwhelm alone or behind and move into a fresh start. But
and when we have that, when we're done with that, or when we get that overwhelmed to a level where we don't feel overwhelmed, it can still be very intense. We can look at things differently. We can activate different parts of our being and our brain.
Yeah.
So that, if I am overwhelmed, I can't watch the news. I can't read anything. I unplug. But when I go, okay, and when I do need to be paying attention or to have social media experience, then I can go, all right, here's a timer. Give me this, check in how I feel.
Yeah.
And, I don't make a huge announcement to it. I just do it. I'm pontificating and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's such an important thing to address. And I know, so much on streaming networks and stuff like that. People are taking very drastic stands about different things. And, we've really held kind of firm that middle of the road, even though we do have strong feelings about things that are going on in the world. But also, to what you're saying about recognizing where our capacity lies. And there is so much difficulty in the world that it is important for us, have safe spaces where we can talk about other things, where we can hold space for what's going on in our day-to-day, and where we can have uplifting conversations that are going to, as we say, raise the vibe, that are going to really allow us to be in a place of connection and joy instead of this place of constant disconnection and fear that a lot of other things bring us into. And so I think being really mindful, Gerald, to what you're saying of like, what do I have capacity for in this moment? And do I have capacity for taking in that, or do I not? And that's not burying your head in the sand. That's really honoring where you're at, so that you can stay regulated, so that you can be the best version of you in the world, because that's what the world needs. It doesn't need more platforms.
Yes. I also think that best version of you and being regulated, I also think that it's important to, just because it appears that someone is not doing anything, or they're you don't know what they're doing. Stay in your own lane and mind your own business. So, mind your own business. And don't. I think that's a key thing, because everybody's fighting a battle. We don't know what it is.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I hear it often, even with clients and stuff who do have platforms and are doing things, that people are on them for not taking a stand about stuff. And it's like, you know what? You do what you do, because what you do brings you joy, and it brings other people joy. That's all that matters, right? Stick to the intention of why you're doing what you're doing. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think, sometimes there's a tendency for people to judge ourselves, those of us that are doing like the spiritual work, and we're doing, and I don't mean as a profession, I just mean holding the light and being a light worker. I think there's a tendency for us to judge ourselves for allowing the energies to affect us, right? But we're actually going to feel them more because we are embodying the light. And so when the light shines brighter, we're going to feel it because we are actually embodying it, So I think it's important for light workers and everybody to just not judge yourself for how you're feeling. Just understand that this too shall pass, and it is just energy. I mean, everything's energy, but you know what I mean? For me, it's easier to acknowledge that you're feeling the feeling, because you don't want to, bypass it, but also understand that you can just sit with that for a minute, feel it, and know that it doesn't mean you're not enough, or it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, or you're right. It just is.
Well, and I also think, Tanis, just because somebody has always been a certain way doesn't mean they're going to continue to be that certain way. There are moments of great opportunity when people decide to go, I am a hardcore witch, and I'm going to be doing this. 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 And that's fine. We're responsible for our own actions and what happens with them. And pay attention. Pay attention to ourselves. I'm partially saying that to me. I've got to pay very close attention to where I am and what I am going to do, as we move into this fire horse year, because I am a fire horse. And I've heard a couple of different versions of what that does if that's your element. And don't tell me any differently, because I'm keeping my ears closed. All this is going to do, it's going to give me great opportunity to do and see more things. And I need to do it with so much passion. It's going to make everybody around me nauseous.
Love it.
Beautiful. So, yeah, I think that's important. An important aspect of this coming energy is that passion. Like the fire itself is that passion energy. And it's also transmuting a lot of stuff. So people are going to do different things. They're going to change how they're working. They're going to change how they perceive things, how they go forward.
Absolutely. Fire is an important element, because there are some conifers that need fire in order to drop their seeds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, and it's interesting, and I wrote about this in the blog that kind of brought us through all the New Year stuff. And it talks about how this is like our pivot point, right? The snake is that slow, it's that inward shedding, it's allowing us to really process and get rid of and have that discernment of what we really do want in our experience. And then the horse is that movement, it's that courage, it's that visibility, right? It's where we're able to, having clarified internally with that shedding, now that energy can actually move through us and into the world, right? And it's this beautiful transition that we're able to move into with that energy, right? But we're still just in those final shedding stages. And so it's really neat to see what's coming up as these final bits of shed. Right?
Could be shit.
I said shred, but then I said shed. But either way, it works. Shit too. That works. I mean, whatever.
It's like, I remember seeing these funny things about Mother Nature when we're trying to move from winter into spring.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mother Nature is arguing and leaves the room and then comes back in and says, and another thing. And then it leaves, and another thing. It's like, and another thing.
Is that what she does with winter in here in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, you're in May and we're going to dump some more snow on you. Thanks.
Yes. You think. Okay, there we go.
Expect the unexpected this year, folks.
Yeah.
Expect the unexpected. I think that's what's coming.
Yes.
Well, and what we're talking about too goes so beautifully with what's coming up in the transit. So I know there's a bunch of people we need to say hi to, but then move into that because it really does flow and fit with that.
Absolutely. So let's say hello to people. So we have Fogo. Hey, Kaylee. Welcome. And we have Nalani, Hypnocity.
Hello.
Welcome. Sending you so much love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have I am TL Daphne.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Thanks for joining us.
Mm-hmm. And she says, yay, horsies. That's for you, Gerald.
There you go. Yes.
And we have Kumo Observer. Hello.
And that's
hello.
Diane G. Hello, Diane G.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Diane.
And,
and that was no accident. Shit works.
Yes, it does.
yes. And Diane G just hosted Linda De Gonzalez and I on Friday for the Fart Show.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, awesome.
So, hey, there you go.
I'll have to check that out. Gas is an important part of life, man.
Yeah.
It is one of those ways we process energy.
Mm-hmm.
And we specifically were looking at it from the sense of releasing ancestor trauma, and how do we release that? What's going to help us release it? What's going to move that energy through, and how it's going to move us forward? What's going to be the impact moving forward for ourselves and for others?
The image I have in my brain right now of like, and then just propelling yourself forward with that. That's just like the image right now I have in my mind.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
It is a turbo booster from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was watching The Good Doctor. I don't know if you've seen that, but we're behind. So we're watching it on Netflix right now. And there was an episode on there that we just watched. I think it was last night, where one of them is dating another one, and she's like, how long do you hold your farts in when you're around them? Because it's a long time when you're sleeping over. And of course that went around the whole hospital. And so she got all these advice things, and then next thing you see her fart, and he's like, oh, thank God. And he does too. I'm like, okay, so this is a love language then.
Natural part of life. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you know, Diane, that needs, yeah, you know, the fart as the love language.
Okay, so I'm going to tell this story. Wild story. So Don, bless his heart, love this man. But he came over when we were just first dating, and he came into the apartment, and I was sick. I was so sick. And he comes in, and there was something in my apartment that smelled. And it wasn't actually me, but he didn't know that. And he was like so kind and taking care of me and all of this. And then I'm like, I could not place the smell. I open up my oven, and there is like old broccoli. Now, I don't know if you guys have smelled old broccoli,
yes.
but it stinks so bad. And it was old broccoli. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's the smell. And he comes in, he goes, oh, I just thought that was you. And I'm like, and you're still here? You are a keeper, my man.
Good job, Dawn.
I knew in that moment this was okay. We were going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, isn't it true that like when you're developing a relationship, you say what you need in the relationship, like when it starts, so that you're not like, well, I'm just going to tell this person in 6 months that I hate it when, you know, they leave their shoes in the middle of everything. I mean, you tell people right up front, and then suddenly you go, oh, yes, I can do that. And then it's a relationship built in truth and honesty.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got this great story, Jennifer, because it really does impact. It makes a huge difference.
It does.
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
Yes, what a sweet man.
Fart is a love language. That's going to be the next show, right?
Yeah, I mean, we do have the next fart show scheduled. But.
Oh, there you go. Oh, here's Dawn. Yep.
Broccoli. Did you know you can get stuffed broccoli to give as a gift?
No. Stocking stuffers.
Oh, and Dawn,
saying.
since you're watching, there were a couple of notes about you as well. That's a keeper.
Yep.
And what a sweet man.
Yep.
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 Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
that's the one where you should make a short of it, that story.
Yes.
Well, and it's interesting because as Tanis was saying, like gas is clearing. So when we do spiritual work and clearing energies and things like that, as many people know, I burp. And I mean, like it comes out as like a trucker. It's the clearing of the energy because the gases, the off gases from the energies that we're working with, the body needs to process it. And it processes it in all kinds of ways. For me, it's gas. And so now whenever somebody else burps, especially if I'm clearing energy, I'm like, thank you. I'm saying thank you because they're clearing energy with me and I love it.
That's fun.
So it definitely is a love language around here.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Definitely in our Peacekeepers of the Light class.
Mm-hmm.
We are all clearing.
It's like what? Okay, so what was it called? The Peacekeepers of the Light class?
Yes.
What's your secret weapon? Gas.
Gas.
Yeah. Oh, and Diane G is the same way. I burp when processing solar plexus energy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chantal. Thanks for joining us.
No, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
But
it's quite funny now, there is a bit of a difficulty with this though, because those of us that are sensitive, if we are actually in person, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sensitive to smell. know, pull out
Yeah,
my essential oils.
I'm out of here. Yeah, it's interesting though, because I find that the gas associated with clearing doesn't generally smell so much as the gas associated with I just had ice cream, right? Those are two very different gases.
Very true. Very true.
As my family is well aware.
Now I want ice cream.
Welcome, Maruda.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Jennifer, I always get burps when I get a massage, even if it's not in my solar plexus area.
Yep.
Yeah, whenever there's like energy that's being cleared. So this isn't really the well, I guess it can be the topic for Twillow Talk.
We don't really have
I don't want to forget about the transits and stuff. But what's interesting is, so when we're dealing with other energies, other entity energies and things like that, because not everything is the same as us. A lot of different energies are fire-based and things like that. And so there's what we call off gases. So as we're clearing out these energies, what happens is we still physically have to process that energy. And so when we're doing that clearing, there is that potential for off gassing. Thus, we need to off gas ourselves and release all of that. And that doesn't necessarily mean negative
by the way.
stuff.
Yeah. Actually, this is a curious thing, and you can tell me it's none of my business because I'm not in the class. Do you actually talk about that in the class that you're teaching?
Yeah.
And the importance of that? Good, because I think it's that idea of normalizing the processing of energy. And it goes back to what we were talking about. There's a lot of energy in the world. There's always a lot of energy in the world. It is heightened right now. And I think it's normalizing the fact that it's like, wow, and having conversation around it's a lot to handle, and I'm got to think about this, or I'm really upset, I'm really happy. But normalizing the conversation around it. And by the way, people, I do not know what the Schumann is. I don't know what the other thing is. I don't know what transits we're in. So wouldn't it be hilarious if these all connected? Because, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the other space that we need to normalize this is in yoga.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
Because you're processing a lot of energy energetically with yoga, right?
Yeah, you're also moving your body in ways that you don't, I would be moving my body in ways that I don't normally move my body.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Well, and Kumo said like yawns and crying too, right? These are all ways that our body, regulates. They're all ways that the body processes. And so I think that it's such an important thing, as you're saying, to normalize that, because whenever there's a shift in energy, sorry, Gerald, you just cracked me up.
That, Gerald? What was that? Do you want to share?
Finish your thought, Jennifer.
I can't.
All right. I am knitting a hat, and I was like, I just cast on, and I was just checking to see if it's too big, and I don't think it's too big. I think it could be a smaller. So now I get to do the decreases. So anyhow.
You could just do that and then have like you're doing with the hair.
Yeah. I have a specific style that I'm going for. So, we'll see that. But I did show something on my show earlier that I can show, creative project that I finished later if people are interested in it later. So.
Yeah.
So what were you saying before I distracted you by trying to casually put a hat on and try it?
Oh my gosh. No, just that idea that whenever there is a shift or something that happens, whenever we're processing any kind of energy, to just be really kind and gracious to ourselves, because we're going to have all of these different things happening and coming up. And it is so important to let the energy move, right? To not hold it in. I think that's the biggest and most important piece in all of what we're talking about, is let it move.
Yeah.
Let it flow.
Mhm.
And in
Because
terms
everybody
of
does it.
that,
I just want to say everybody does it.
Yep. I recently
Everybody.
had a book out of the library. It was a children's picture book. It was called Everybody Farts.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
So there we go.
And we
True.
need to normalize it with kids too.
Oh, of course.
Because not only it and poops.
Yeah,
I
everybody
brought up the
poops.
topic earlier, but everybody poops. I know there are children out there that are embarrassed to poop in a public washroom because they've been teased about it.
Well, there's probably adults too. I know for a long
Well, they
time
bring it into
in a public washroom, and then I got to the point where I was like, I don't care. But
That's what happens when we hit a certain age.
And you know, I do want to remind everybody. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with everybody, because the second Monday of the month at this time, Twillow Talk morphs into TarotStache, and
Exactly.
sometimes we go off the rails. I mean, I might be an interesting client, and you know, I could just say thanks for watching. This might be my last show.
No.
No.
It's funny.
Yes, I think there is something like that. I'm not sure whether it says poops and
I'll get
farts,
that
but
song
yes.
down, everybody.
I
don't know that song. I can't remember.
I think it's Everybody Bleeds, Everybody Cries, but I can't remember the
Mm-hmm.
name of it or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My 9-year-old niece told me a week ago that what she doesn't like about smaller kids is that they pretend they don't fart or poop.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Boom. Yeah. And that's a 9-year-old, people.
Exactly. A well-adjusted one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. This is all part of it.
Authentic conversation about anything and everything.
Everything in it. Oh, everybody hurts.
Mm,
Yes, that's right.
yeah.
REM,
Yep.
Everybody Hurts.
Yeah.
Tell you, the best chatters, kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You guys know your stuff.
Thanks,
Keep us
guys.
in line over here.
I don't think they can do that, but
I mean, just about reference points, because they're going to go with us right off the rails and talk about farts and poops. I mean, we're good. We're good.
Perfect.
And talking about farts and poops does not lessen the fact of the difficulties that people are experiencing. Grief, anger, sorrow, all of those things still exist. Mm-hmm. What it does is it adjusts the energy, it shifts the energy around it. And sometimes as a visual artist, where I would be doing stuff up close and I needed to shift the energy, I need to step back and see what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's something as a visual artist and an artist, and actually as a spiritual person, I need to get up and I need to move around, even if it's just to the other, to the doorway, and then turn around and come back, because I have to have that adjustment. And so burps, farts are a great way to shift the energy for a moment. It's that blip. It's like, what? Mm-hmm. So, and it's now I'm being silly. It's like in the movie The Matrix. I don't know if you've ever seen it, by the Wachowskis, but there's a moment where you see the black cat walking through a doorway, and then Neo looks again, and it's like, ooh, deja vu, and everybody's like, what? It's like, was it the same cat? It's like, well, it does that when they change something in the Matrix. It's like, right. And so that energy shift, it goes, okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. This can be a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and it's interesting, right? You're bringing up like, grief and anxiety and all of that kind of stuff. And we know that our digestive system is very intricately tied to our nervous system. And so if we are having stress or anything like that, our digestive system is one of the first to go offline. Right. So being able to shift that energy, even joking about this, helps to calm the nervous system down. It helps us to regulate and become more regular.
Well, and doesn't that make sense? Because sometimes our mental health and our spiritual well-being and our overall well-being can be adjusted if we adjusted the way we ate.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's like, oh, well, gee, I didn't know I needed that. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what'd you guys talk about on Twillow Talk? Gas, farts. But, everybody does it. It's so true. It's so
Everybody
true.
does it. You know what? And I've said this before. Even the sun farts.
Exactly.
Oh, look at
And
that. You see what she just did?
It's a segue.
Brings us to our Schumann.
Well, let's look directly at the solar flares, which is the sun's parts. And here we are.
Boom.
Thank you for the segue, Jen. So,
You are.
So our solar flares the last couple of days have been a little calmer. There were some last week that were really high. When I was talking last Monday about there being an X8 and then I couldn't find it, it's because there was an X8 and an X6, one right after the other. That was what was going on there.
Oh, a twofer.
Yes. And so this is much calmer. We're in, the M class. We've got a few M class here, but the rest are in the C. So, things are a little bit calmer with that, but don't let that fool you folks. Okay. Because we have a lot coming in that they are not able to measure. And
before you leave that, when we see these flares, it takes a little bit of time before if you're impacted by the energy of those flares to show up on Earth. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's not too bad for the flares. It's only like a few hours, so within a day.
Okay.
It's the CMEs, the coronal mass ejections that are coming at us. Those ones take 2 to 3 days to get here because they're denser. They move slower through the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and we did get a few of those as well connected to these X class. So we did have quite a thing last week. Mm. So this week is a little bit quieter where the flares are. The KP index, we're in the green for the last couple of days. That's calmer than what we have been. We have had them up into the 8, which was red. And we all know, scale from green to red. Red is the higher, more intense, we'll say, in terms of solar storms. So if we look at the Schumann today, you can see here we're getting a little bit calmer, but look what we had over the weekend. We had some bigger spikes. And today it is the 9th. I always check because they're sometimes a little behind. But we're at 12 today, which is quite reasonable. It's a day where we can kind of go, okay. Having said that, our galactic friends are bringing in a lot of downloads at the moment. Which is, it's kind of like we see these spikes in the Schumann, and it's almost like that's the download. And I actually have seen some videos online lately of ships that have actually had like energy bursts come out of them. We never know if that's AI or not, but that's definitely, I'm feeling that as well. So this particular one it looked legitimate. It was like a glowing ball, and then there was just this halo effect that came out towards Earth. And I thought, oh, that explains how it feels for me, was that particular video. So that's the other part that's going on. And we are, going into, we got all these neutrinos and stuff. So we're going to go to Jen and get her to talk about the neutrinos that are happening in the transits.
Well, and it's so interesting, right? How the the energies come together. So we started off kind of talking about, collectively where we're at and what, we're being called to. And the energy right now in the gate 49, which is the gate of revolution, right? This is the gate of principles. And it's about allowing ourselves to be aware kind of what's changing in the world and inside of us. And so it's such an interesting thing in light of what is happening right now in the world. And it kind of asks us to look at what it means to have heartfelt action. And so it's very fitting to what we were talking about, even in the terms of the clearing of the energies and all of that. This is relevant. And so this energy moves us from the shadow of reaction to the siddhi, or enlightened state of principle, through the path or the gift of revolution. And the energy here is really about noticing our own reactions to things and how we allow those reactions to impact our experience. It's based in need, in like human physical need. And one of the examples that Richard gives that I think is really quite valuable here is, every day you get your coffee and then one day you don't have your coffee. The fact that you regularly have it and then don't isn't really an issue, except that if you go, oh, damn, I didn't get my coffee today, and then that impacts everything that happens after. That's that reaction, that reactionary energy that moves you now through your day in a state of not being aligned, of being discontent, of feeling like you're not okay, right? So it's not necessarily having the need. I think it's normal that we all have needs, and that's one of the things that Richard talks about with this gene key, but it's about our reactions around those needs not being met and how that shows up for us in our experience. And so this kind of shadow of reaction is looking at emotional volatility, right? I have to fight in order to make this thing happen, or I'm not okay when this doesn't happen, right? It's that stubborn insistence or that resentment or, what rebellion that comes up for conflict purposes. And so in this state, the psyche or the mind is like, if I don't act, injustice is going to persist. How relevant is this for some of what we're seeing right now? Right? But the shadow isn't about weakness. It's really about untempered conviction. And how do we manage that? Right? So it's asking us to actually pause and to allow ourselves to feel deeply, but then not to be reactive, but to allow principle, to allow value to actually guide that action so that it comes from the heart. Right? Not strictly emotional, not strictly logical, but truly that like wise mind energy. And so when we move into the gift of this revolution, this is where the heart leads the mind and change actually becomes disciplined rather than reactive, right? So we can stand firm without being aggressive. We can have courage and have it rooted in understanding. So responsiveness is not that kind of impulsive energy, but it really is about guiding others with integrity and holding that space for transformation that we wouldn't have if we're in that reactionary state. And so, we talk about emotional clarity and all of that. And I think a big part of that is very much what we were talking about allowing ourselves to release what doesn't serve us, to not hold things in. And as much as it's a funny, conversation, gas and poop is very fitting for that, right? If you think about, like, when we hold that in, it's painful, and there's problems within our system, and then it can become explosive, and that is not what we want. We want things to be regular and to move through us and be processing things in a very regular fashion. And so I think it's such an important piece to look at this and go, okay, when it comes to where I'm at and to the experiences here, it's about allowing the heart to be the compass so that we can have emotional clarity and integrity in our actions, right? So some of the prompts that I have for you guys for this one, for the week, and we're going to be in this one through Friday. We just switched into it last night. So where do I react impulsively rather than act from principle? And how do my loyalties shape my decisions? Where is my emotional intensity guiding me or clouding me, right? Noticing the kind of both sides of what that can be. And what can I transform pressure? Like, where can I transform pressure into constructive action, right? How can I make that shift? And so the affirmation, and I can put it in the chat, is I act from the wisdom of my heart. I transform emotional pressure into principled action. Through clarity and courage, my life reflects integrity. Really holding that space for intentional action. And sometimes intentional action is to do something. Sometimes intentional inaction is also a part of that, right? So just it's more about the intentionality of it and being guided as opposed to being reactive.
Well, and I think that goes with the lead with love and let love lead you. It seems like that's really the whole premise for that one. So, lead with love in that one, in this particular transit. Then
That's
you can
cool.
tap into the wisdom.
Nice. For those of you watching, what do you think about that? Will you put one of those whatever you call it. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. The affirmation. Could you pop that onto the screen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I just want to be able to have people see that and consider that. I mean, is that something where people can do? Do they think they can do it? Do they think they can't do it? Because therein lies an opportunity is, well, then do what this is saying. It's like, okay, I've got to get into my heart. That really is, that's the Three of Swords in the tarot card. The Three of Swords is when you get new information and it causes conflict in your head and it forces you to think about things differently than you have ever before. Goes back to that idea of loyalty. Well, it's always been this way. Well, but now you have new information. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And very much the energy here is to what we were talking about early on, that idea of like that breaking point, because this transit is going to heighten our sensitivity to what feels unjust or misaligned.
Yeah.
Right. And it is going to be that calling for a change of some kind within ourselves. Right. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to, jump into global action. Maybe that is what we are called to do. But maybe it's also just about being able to recognize that reactionary nature within ourselves and then change that. And we know that, we can't make anybody else change. And yet, if we do something different, the other person generally has to do something different too.
Isn't that the truth?
Or we put up a new boundary. They need to either respect it or not. And if they don't, then there's a consequence to decisions, right? So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes courage to say, I have nothing left to give. I need to recharge for a while.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Love the prompts and affirmations.
Yay.
Beautiful.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's so funny because we are talking about this on that bigger scale, but even bringing it back to the lighthearted conversation, like it takes courage for us to authentically be who and what we are, including gaseous human beings, right? That ability to allow ourselves to go, I have to release this. I can't carry this anymore, or it will hurt me, right?
Yes.
Whether that is, a bodily function or a function of our internal life, I think that is very powerful because we have the ability to go, I don't want to carry this anymore, and to the coffee example, again, it's not the coffee. And I saw one of the comments in there. I think it was, it's the Daphne. Yeah. But me likey coffee, right? It's not, the coffee's not the issue. The thought that we need it in order to be okay, and then the reaction that happens if we don't get it, that's the thing that we have to look at and work on.
Yeah.
Right. And if we can do that, have at her.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. See, aren't you glad, everybody, you showed up? I'm glad you showed up. Thank you.
We're glad you showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we need to think? I got up this morning. I'm like, I don't want to adult today.
Yeah. How's that working out for you? Is it okay?
I just pretend to not adult.
Okay. What is this thing you speak of?
Yes.
I play all day, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that one morning. We live with my mom, and I was saying that one morning. I don't want to adult today, Mom. She said, just pretend.
I think that's all we do anyway.
It is.
And I may have shared this before in the show, but I remember talking to my grandmother, and she was, I don't know, I guess in her early 80s at the time, or mid 80s. And we were talking about something, and I remember saying, like, I don't know how I got where I am. Like, I don't feel like this grown up who's doing this work. And I had a job downtown, and I was like working, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I must, I'm like, I don't know, like, I don't feel like this grown-up person. Mm-hmm. And she's like, sweetheart, I still feel like that 6-year-old having no idea what I'm doing, but I pretend.
I like that.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Right. And I think that that's such an important thing, because this whole idea of adulting and what that even is, I think we get so caught up in our minds about what something has to be that we lose the joy and the fun of what it is to just be here and experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This guy, Dom's Herbs. We sometimes inadvertently create a negative lens through which subsequent experiences are reshaped or distorted.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Yep. We've talked about that, right? The glasses, and I know I've brought them up about the national treasure. Right? Are we doing glasses now? And
you said the word, so we had to put glasses.
You can play through, and
you can see us on the screen.
I know, right? And so we look at what it is that we're what lenses we're putting things through.
Those are new, Jen.
They are. I mean, my third eye needed a lens too.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
But it is such an important thing, because if we can recognize our filters, then we can do something about it. right?
Yeah.
Whereas if we're not able to recognize the filters, then everything is the same experience over and over and over again.
Mhm.
It's true.
Yeah, it really is. Lighthearted adulting. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Rita, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Have
the
an
adultier
adult.
adult.
Yes, but does your adultier adult have fun glasses?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm like, wait a minute,
Okay.
I have all of the glasses.
Yeah. That will be my motto when I don't. One days I don't want to adult. Yeah.
Pretend. Oh, there you go. Sunflowers.
Beautiful.
She says
Mhm.
possibly.
There you go.
Yes. Catherine might. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And you know what? This brings us to about 5 minutes before the end of the show.
It is true.
Which is wild. Like
I don't know how the time flies like that.
it just goes so fast.
Which means I need to pull up the calendar, right?
It's magic, everybody. That's what happens. Boom.
I have a magic wand.
Gee,
Are we doing wands now too?
I'm just like going, what kind of a vampire are you taking out with that one?
It's
Right? That looks like a fool.
I'm like, going, kids.
Gerald, this speaks so much to what you were sharing.
Oh, yeah?
Our home
Perfect.
play card.
Home play,
Go
guys.
for a walk.
There we go.
Right? And it even has your glasses on it, just in flower mode.
There you go.
Which, by the way, Maruda loved your
Mm-hmm.
ET glasses.
Oh, yeah, those were great.
Kaylee would like a 2-hour special. Just saying.
Make sure you subscribe and you like and you ring the bell so you'll be notified when that 2-hour special happens.
Exactly.
Yes. So as Gerald was saying, bundle up if you need to and go for a walk to just move that energy.
And if you need a hat, Gerald can make you one.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of hats.
I think I volunteered for that.
Oh, maybe you've got them on your products list.
Oh, there are some hats there, yes.
There you go. So
There
check out the product. Janet's below you. Just point to the, right there. All right.
There's 2 below me, so that one's I never get the one right. Oh, there it is.
You had it. Yeah, that one there. So go there if you need a hat.
Because products are wonderful.
Yay.
Okay, here we go. You have been inside too long, grandchild. Step outside and let your feet lead you to a place of natural beauty and quiet contemplation. It is time to rebalance the electrical energies of the sacred masculine with the magnetic energies of the sacred feminine. Leave your distractions at home. Let your physical body move freely through your neighborhood or down newly discovered pathways. The gentle forward motion of your body will shake loose the troubles in your mind. Go to the places where the Sacred Mother is alive and lush. Let her healing magic work on you. As you walk, breathe in those organic essences and feel the life force all around you. This is joy for your physical body. It is easy to return to harmony when you spend time in the realms of the sacred feminine with your kin, the birds, the trees, the wind. Take this moment to look skyward. Do your eyes rest on the wispy cloud or a tall, regal treetop? As your eyes lift, so will your heart.
I'm sorry that I started to laugh in the middle of the card, but we did get this message come in, and I got one of those cards in my reading today too. I told them, you go out in -20, then we'll talk.
Hey, you can mouth off to your guides. They're going to love you anyway.
They are, yeah.
But there's a reason why they're telling you something, and why they're telling you something multiple times over. Just
they are persistent. they are persistent.
I think my guides like it when I mouth off to them.
Yeah, they just laugh at me.
Yeah,
like,
because mine mouth back at me. Well, okay. I'm the youngest child. I can win this argument.
Yep. She says, then I do listen, maybe. Keep warm, Kaylee.
Yeah. And Kaylee, if you've seen my short, wear bright pink or wear, a glimmer globe hat to keep it interesting.
There you go.
So,
especially if you want to talk to people.
Absolutely.
Now, you were going to show us your.
Oh, I love it.
Wear the glimmer globe hat. I mean, it makes a world of difference. I mean, first of all, they're going to laugh.
Yes.
I mean, because that's the intention. But anyhow, I should
maybe
maybe wear this out tonight when I do my walk.
Do you have any of those on your store?
I don't have any of those on my store. So.
That's unfortunate.
They would be a nice addition.
They would be a nice addition. But I understand that not every, manufacturer makes that kind of item. And so, could create some supply issues.
Did you actually see like a bunch of bikers riding around with those, glimmer globe helmets? They're not good for safety.
No.
So don't do that. I mean, I'm just like going, wow.
No.
Well, I just finished this fabric landscape.
Oh, that's
my
beautiful,
goodness,
Gerald.
that's amazing.
So I've been enjoying that. So you can
absolutely beautiful.
That's gorgeous.
So yeah.
Look at the talent here. Holy moly.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's fun. It's like, woo! It looks a lot like the photo, so I'm ridiculously pleased.
That is
there you
awesome.
go. You're getting some nice comments here.
Oh, thank you.
Nice. And of course, the hat. The hat that stops traffic, go all directions, even astronauts see it from space.
Well, and it's one way to keep the messages from outer space from getting in. It's a bit more fashionable from but it's a bit more fashionable than tinfoil
hat. This is true. This is true. What have you got going on, Gerald?
I have a show tomorrow with Jamie, back and forth with Jamie and Gerald, and we're answering Dana's questions, part 3. I have Mystic 4 tonight. I've got a show with Richie on Friday. And so cool Chrono Oracle. Just subscribe. That way you won't miss the things that I've got coming up. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Jen, what have you got going on?
Oh, that's a great question. Something I rarely know.
Would you like me to fill them in about what we have going on, and then you just have to think about the ones that you are?
Let me see what I remember, and then you can fill me in on what I'm missing. So on Friday, we have Galactic Gab.
Yes.
At 7:30 with Dr. Lisa Thompson. So Tanis and I will be on that with Dr. Lisa. And that's all I have. So if I'm missing something.
I think you're correct this week, actually.
Okay.
I have that on Friday. I have the added Infinite Integrations with Jacqueline on Wednesday at 5 p.m. And come back and see us next week. Because we have a special guest next week. Which has already been advertised, so you guys know it.
Yay. And next week is Family Day in
It is.
in Ontario, or at least I don't know about anywhere else. But we'll still be on. We'll still be here.
Yep, we'll be here. Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Infinite integrations.
Yay.
Lovely to be with you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
Be well. Stay warm, because you know it is cold in Canada. Minus 20. She wasn't kidding about that. So, is it cold where you're at too, Gerald?
It is not minus 20,
Okay.
but it is chilly.
Yes. Yes.
So
It
there
is.
you go.
It is winter. So, you know, upper northern hemisphere people.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Gerald. It's always
Thank
a
you.
pleasure.
Yeah, this has been fun.
And we
Always.
shall- Absolutely. And we will see you all back here next week for Twillow Talk next week, and next month again for TarotStache.
Mhm.
Lots of love, you guys. Take care.
Bye.